Hey, I'm going to give you a little studio tour 2024. I've already given you a tour of this before, but I've changed it around since then. This is off my kitchen. It used to be a single car garage. So yeah, this was done by my late father-in-law. So it's a brick built garage and it's got a stud wall with some insulation. So it's pretty soundproof. I can make quite a lot of noise with detached. So I've done a lot of loud reamping, Kemper profiles and all that kind of stuff in here, and no complaints from the neighbors yet. This is my wall of amps, Holy Grail block letter 5150. These different incarnations of 5150 and 6505 do sound different enough from each other that I can warrant having more than one. These are my two custom shops, my most recent ones from ESP in Japan. I've done a couple of videos on these, but I ordered both of these ones in 2021, end of 21, and they were with me at the start of 2023. So yeah, bit of a wait for them, but they are amazing. Love that And Justice for All poster from the vinyl from, I think it was maybe an original pressing. It's got the UK tour date poster, pretty cool. This is one of our road cases, Quantum Industries. Currently just has a JM2 in it. So it fits 3 guitars, which is useful. So normally what we do is we have main guitar, C sharp, main guitar for E flat, and then a backup for one of the tunings, and then the other guitarist has a backup in the other tuning. So heaven forbid we break a string, and both need the same tuning guitar and the same song. Over here, these amps are the 2 newest additions. Shout out to EVH. PV Iconic, awesome sounding amp. Definitely the most unique one I've tried recently. It's got like a pretty cool sound to it, but this is my favorite of all the EVH ones. Previously had a Stealth here, but this one, I used to have the 50-watt version of this, and I've had the Stealth in here. I found the Stealth to be a bit too tight sounding for me, and I like to be able to control it more. So this is like my favorite of all the 5150s from EVH for sure. These cabs, you'll know from my plugin if you have that. These are ones that I went through a period of buying loads of different Mesa Boogie cabinets to try and find speakers that sounded amazing, and these two are never going anywhere, never parting with them. Also got a couple of Marshall cabs, but they're at the Silosis lockup, where the rest of our gear is stored. I recently had Harriet in here, did their record, produced that with them. Didn't do the drums here, obviously, did the drums in Swindon, and then recorded most of the other stuff here, a lot of the vocals and guitars in here. Will Putney mixed that one though, I didn't mix it. Mixed Cycle of Suffering in here, recorded all the guitars for the last 2 Architects records in here. So yeah, but yeah, I'm really happy with all the treatment now, and like finally feel like the room is dialed in for mixing, and my ears have gotten better and my mixes have got better since moving everything around. Right, so this is my desk. I can't remember if it was in the last studio tour. It's like a sit stand one, so it can go up or down. So if I want to just like quickly record some vocals, this mic is on a stand and the desk can go up, and it's really useful for like getting demos. And well, actually, to be honest, I did most of the vocals on the last record just like that. These are my monitors, Adam S2Vs, had them for a long time. And if I'm honest, like I have no intention of checking out any other speakers. Like I'm really happy with how my mixes have been sounding since having them. And more recently, I got these VSX headphones from Stephen Slate. I got these specifically for the Nail the Mix I did because of the way their streaming setup is and speaking over whilst mixing. It was better for me to mix with headphones, and I don't mix with headphones. So I got these specifically. They're like headphones that enable you to mimic various different mix studios and listening environments and different types of monitors. Really cool. And also the more mixing work I do these days, if I do some mixing when I'm on tour, I haven't taken them on tour with me yet, but that'll be really useful. So really impressed with those. Over here, this is a little gadget that I love if I'm sat at my desk and just want to quickly chuck a guitar in. Nolly introduced me to this little D'Addario guitar stand. Super useful, just constantly when I'm like switching between guitars and writing and stuff. I like using that. As you can see here on this wall, 2 Sepultura Arise posters. It's bad enough having the same poster in the same room, let alone on the same wall, but this is one of my favourite records, one of my favourite album covers of all time, and I can't remember why I bought 2 posters of that, but yeah, love it. It's my Cannibal Corpse one from, I think that's from the live, maybe the live Cannibalism VHS box set, if not the 15-year Killing Spree. I used to like collect a lot of Cannibal Corpse stuff. Always used to like looking at those diamond inlays on that guitar, which is why this one has the diamond inlays, bit of a Pat O'Brien ode reference, I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in here. Oh, and I mean the main thing is it's like pretty dead. So it's got a lot of acoustic panels. Most of them are from GIK Acoustics. Got bass straps now in all the corners. I was finding like my Kemper tones and stuff in here were a bit too boomy, so having floor to ceiling bass straps in all the corners has really helped a lot in here. And I've now got this one above my head again, so like the listening environment is way better for my mixing. Also, when I first started using this room as a studio, I used to have the desk this way, and that was more conducive to just like what I was doing and like messing with my amps and stuff and miking up cabs and everything. But in terms of mixing, anyone that knows about studio design and that sort of thing, if you're in a rectangular shaped room, it's better to be set up this way for mixing. And I kind of knew that at the time, but I kind of just didn't care, and I figured I'd just work around it. But it's made a big difference being set up this way now, and my mixes have definitely got a lot better since switching the room around this way. So yeah, not a great deal has changed, apart from the fact that I've recovered a lot of these that were red and painted the entire room black, which makes it incredibly dark in here, and is very frustrating to someone like Dan who's behind the camera and having to light this room and film in here. But yeah, not much has changed, but figured I'd just give you a little tour regardless.